If you're stuck in business and entrepreneurship, this video is for you. My name is Chris, I'm a creative entrepreneur, and in today's video, I want to share with you my process to get unstuck, blow past challenges and obstacles, and open the door to manifestations. But before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Anytime I create value for you, give it a like. And if you got a question, drop in the comments below. I'm happy to answer it whenever I get some time to. So number one, let's get started. What can you do to get unstuck in business and entrepreneurship? This is a very simple method, but you have to be very thorough with it. And by thorough, I mean reflect through each element that I'm about to share with you. So number one, what you have to do is reflect on your journey. Go back all the way to the start of it and think like, what is your story? Why did you start? And then through this journey, what themes continually pop up? You know, for instance, when I was doing a newspaper article the other day, I was like, what are those called again? We do everything digitally. But in this newspaper article, they asked me to ask my story, and I was like going through it. And what I did was see the theme of like instinctive pivots and adaptability. Like that as a whole is what I've been really good at. But every time I've had to be in the space of adapting with my instincts and like not knowing what to do, it's led me to my greatest win. And in noticing that, I'm like, dude, I'm in the same exact moment again. That means I got a big win coming soon. So instead of being like worried and frustrated, it got me really excited. So what I tell you to do is like, figure out your story, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, go back through and tell the story and think about what obstacles have continually showed up on your journey. What have you been forced to do that you didn't want to do? What results have came and when did they come? Like when were those big stepping stones in your journey? Because essentially what you're going to do is you're going to go back and you're going to see this overarching theme of your journey, because you got to think about yourself as a character, or your whole journey is like this great story that nobody's ever told, and you got to tell it. But first you got to identify it, and you got to identify which elements happen and what the overall theme is. So then essentially in this moment and as you move forward, when stuff gets hard, you can essentially have the playbook to what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. Though you won't know the details, you'll be like, well, shoot, every time that this happens, I go through this, and this, and I have to do this, and it leads me to this, and then boom, we're on the next level. So essentially figure out your theme, figure out what is happening overall in each stage of your process so that you can understand what you have to do or what you're doing to get you to the next level. Because I think that is so important, because no matter what, we're continually going up this mountain, but when we get to the top, we go down for a little bit, that's our break, then we're going right back up, and though it's a different mountain, it's that same theme overall, if that makes sense. Number two, this one's like super easy and super important. It's just, if you're feeling stuck in business and entrepreneurship, just get away. Get away. Think about it like, I think Albert Einstein said this, is like, if you want to understand life, look at nature. And if you look at your business and just simply think about it like nature, like a plant, if you plant a seed, it's going to take time to grow. What do you have to do? You have to water it. You have to feed it with sunlight and soil. All right. But besides that, if you're staring at the plant, it's going to seem like it's taken forever to grow. So if you want that plant to grow, like for instance, like I got a couple birds in paradise and a monstera in my office. Like I came back from a 5-day trip in Dallas and I'm like, holy shit, you guys grew a lot while I was gone. But so that was over 5 days. But if I were to sit in my office and stare at them every day, like, are you growing? Are you growing? Like you're not going to see the growth, right? Like it's going to seem like you're waiting forever. And that opens the door to like creating a lot of energy that kind of puts you in that energy of impatience. And impatience is like this like need to grow through control, right? So if you let go of the impatience, you open the door to being essentially shocked by the growth that comes in, because you aren't waiting for it. You're open to see it as it shows itself to you, right? So something that I did yesterday that was really, this is actually beautiful how this manifested, is I went to work out with a friend and I wanted to work on stuff, but I was taking a day off, right? So she's talking about something in business, and then all of a sudden, I swear to God, this intuitive ping came in and I connected some dots. So when I was in Bali, I got asked to put in a, what do you call that? Like a proposal. That's the word. Gosh, words are hard today. So I got asked to put in a proposal for a project in Lenexa that was ironically tied to Dubai. And I had a feeling I was going to do some work in Dubai. So then I'm working out yesterday and I just connected the dots and was like, oh my gosh, I should host a mastermind with that guy in Dubai who just reached out to me the other day because he said we should collab, but I didn't know what we should do. And then connecting the dots, I just reached out to him again, and because he inquired about this, because I was like, I got an idea. So essentially what I did was like inquire about hosting a mastermind in Dubai at one of his locations so we could showcase the space, we could help launch my brand, and we could collaborate together. And I was like, I would have never thought about that if I didn't go take some time off and go work out with my friend, because something she said triggered it, and I have no idea what it was, but it wasn't related. But we were literally doing some incline bench press, and I was just like, oh my God, and I almost lost attention, and she needed to rack the bar, but I was like, I got an idea, where's my phone? But it's like the simple things like that, like getting away from what you're doing every day, just opening the door and fully letting go and allowing life to naturally happen. Because kind of like a plant, instead of watching it and waiting for it to grow and getting stressed out, by doing other things, by disconnecting, by simply going off and letting life do its thing, you're going to naturally get these ideas. These ideas are going to land, they're going to land in your lap, and then you're going to be like, oh, I got it. And those ideas happen when you fully disconnect from business and allow just it all to happen. And then aside that, like knowing your story and knowing your journey will open up so many doors for you, because essentially like it's the recipe. Though the year, the elements, and I say the difficulty changes, think about it like a spiral staircase, right? Like you're still seeing the same thing in the middle, but you're getting further away and you're able to see more as you go up. That is exactly what reflecting back on your story will do, because you'll essentially see your main traits or your main themes. You'll understand what obstacles tend to appear, and when those obstacles appear, those main traits come out, and that is your point of transitioning from like level 3 to level 4, level 4 to level 5, and going up. And essentially, like you'll hear from every entrepreneur, like no matter how much money you make, it just essentially the levels get a little bit harder, and essentially you can make bigger mistakes with more money, but nothing really changes. But you start accumulating all your skills to navigate bigger obstacles. Whew. This video was fire, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys, if you subscribe down below, or give it a like and drop a comment and let me know what you think. And then if you made it this far in the video, say, I love Weekend Collective. Peace out, y'all.